Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
We are live back. Halftime show Talk Heavy Part 2 is LFX Media. I'm your host, Podgy Carter.
J Pad, the juggernaut in the building. This is the halftime report of Talk Heavy. You already know what it is. Niners are down 21-7 to the Philadelphia Eagles.
21. Can you do something for me? 21.
What an interesting first half that was. That was I'd say some of that was unexpected. It was slightly unexpected, and some of it was.
Okay.
Unfortunately for you Niner fans, as you know, Purdy is out, and it doesn't
Mm.
look like he is coming back. I don't
Well,
believe he may give it a try. He may give it a go in the third quarter, but in my opinion, Podge, he ain't coming back.
well, for some of the bots and people who aren't tied in to the Niner gang, bang bang, give them a little history about this quarterback situation this season. Give them a little
Oh
history.
well, it started out where they had another guy that was in the number one slot. He got injured, and then they had to put uh, the great Garoppolo back in, and he
Mhm.
produced once again until he got hurt. And that
Right.
was roughly about 8 games ago. And then steps in the rookie, who is third on the depth chart, Brock Purdy. And
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy took over the helm of the Niners offense and went 7-0.
Right.
Uh, undefeated till today. Um, he hasn't lost a game, and
Mm-hmm.
definitely was able to put these guys in a position to be here at the championship game. However, today, early in the game, we had a blitz package coming from the Eagles, and the outside linebacker was able to get in there, and it was kind of shifty. Like he got a hold of that arm, and the way Purdy's arm kind of like snapped, it almost looked like he did a what you
Snafu.
call, yeah, snafu. It was a snafu and a hyperextension. That's what
Yeah.
it looked like to me. It looked like the elbows hyperextended. I'm pretty sure that throwing hand uh, is in jeopardy right now. He can't. He probably can't pass the ball past maybe 10 yards right now without discomfort. And I'm sure there's some swelling. I'm sure there's. I mean, when you see the hardware, when you see him on the sideline with the hardware, you know what I mean. It makes it tough. It makes
Good
it
night.
tough.
Good night.
Yeah, yeah. Good night. And you got your fourth stringer in there now, which he was able to orchestrate a drive that looked pretty good.
Yeah, it was straight.
Yeah, yeah, it was a pretty good, and that was a Herculean run by McCaffrey. I
Oh
got to
yeah.
tip my cap to McCaffrey. He definitely did
Hmm.
that. But um, both defenses have showed up as I predicted. Already, one of my predictions came to light. Podge. It was a fourth down, and they went for
Oh
it.
yeah. Oh yeah.
On the first fourth down of the game, they went for it, and it was successful.
Mm.
After the review, they got kind of lucky because Buddy did fumble Rooski that ball. It wasn't
Hmm.
clean, but nothing you can do when you can't see the replay.
Right.
And so that's where we're at. That's where we're at. The Eagles defense is stout and stingy as ever.
Hmm.
Um, and they are definitely starting to cause a little havoc with a guy that's normally a guy that holds the clipboard. He doesn't play. So,
Hmm.
for those of y'all just getting on Johnson, let me be fair and say, you know what, this guy he doesn't see any playing time. And
Hmm.
for him to get thrust into the championship game was just luck of the draw.
Yeah,
Nothing
sounds
they can
good.
do about it right now. They're just going to have to play with him.
Hmm.
And but that defense is the both defenses are doing exactly what I thought they would do. This is a lower. It's not like last week. It's a low scoring contest, and I expected it to be such.
Absolutely. And a few things that I pointed out before game, Brown, that he was going to get lit and catch fire. Let's expect to see him to finish with 50 to 85 yards. As Anthony stated earlier, the comeback for the 49ers having to come back, and this is coming into fruition. Now they're going to have to play comeback
Right.
against a stingy sacking defense with a fourth quarterback. Not a good look at all.
No, that's an uphill climb that might be a little bit too tough. And then you guys got Jazzy Jeff out there, of course, at halftime, spinning the
Okay.
Philly classics. I see him in the back there just getting busy, and it is what
Mm-hmm.
it is. But yes, I really, really feel like this is an uphill battle that the Niners are not going to be able to overcome. I think that it's looking grim for you guys in Niner land.
Yeah.
Looks like the prediction is coming to light. Me and Podgy both picked the Eagles over the Niners. I have a feeling that that's going to stay true to form. It's going to
Mm-hmm.
definitely be the Niners swan song of the season. Great season though for them. Um,
Absolutely.
oh yeah, great season. Can't take nothing away from those guys. They actually
Mm-hmm.
played over their expectations.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the so-called NFL experts of the world, they didn't
Right.
even have the Niners in the mix this year, and the
Mm-hmm.
Niners are in the mix. So you got to give them guys a lot of credit, but it looks like they've ran into that brick wall called the Philadelphia Eagles, and it looks like the
Mm-hmm.
Eagles will make it to the Super Bowl, and then we still got one more coming up this evening, and that should be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, I just thought I'd put that out there.
Absolutely.
Thought about go screenshotting.
Oh, well, hey, it happens.
No, but
It definitely happens.
seriously, being an Eagles fan and making an emotional decision, that's what a lot of fans do. They'll make an emotional decision. And you heard me at the beginning of the last podcast, I was kind of really undecided as to the outcome of all the way to the Super Bowl. I was confident that the Eagles could get past the 49ers, and we both picked it. But it's
Yes.
any man's game. It's any man's game. So even with
Yeah.
this lead, even
Oh,
with
yeah.
this
There's
lead,
another half of football still left to play, and
yeah,
anything
still
can
got to
happen.
have.
And it's been a
Yeah,
topsy-turvy first half, so you never know. Just hold on
yeah.
to your seatbelts. But I think if the Eagles score pretty much one more time, it's going to be tough for the Niners.
Oh yeah. If the Eagles was to just keep it on the ground alone, what I've noticed with Jalen Hurts though, he's waiting a little bit too long to make a decision. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like I
I did
feel like
notice that.
you notice
Is
that
that
you're
a
taking
credit
a
to the
little.
Niners? Like the Niners' defensive scheme looks like it's pretty
Everybody's
stingy out there.
everybody's covered. But like I said, the first podcast, a quick decision. Make a quick decision, and you don't have to use your legs. But if your man is all covered, go ahead and get that dash. At least make it back to the line of scrimmage, or get you 3 or 4 scamp yards out of it. But he's waiting
Right.
too long in the pocket. I would do a 1, 2, 3 count, and I'm out. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'm
And I
gone.
believe that they're going to make that adjustment this half, to be honest with you, Podge. I think, they see what's going on, and they know that there's something that they're gonna whisper in his ear and say, hey, look, take off when you don't see it happening. Just take off. Just
Yeah,
take off and get what you can get out of that.
Yeah.
right.
What up, fellas? What's going on? What's going on, man?
There you
Hey,
are.
it's been a great one, man. It's been a great one. Um, Niners fans and gamblers anonymous, people who put all their money on the 49ers.
The camera. Not,
21. Can you do stuff for me? 21.
not Gamblers Anonymous.
Gamblers anonymous. Yeah.
Hey, man,
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
it's definitely a game of inches, as they say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
we
And
we
as
said that was going to happen. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yep.
Yep.
It just
Coming true to
Mistakes,
form.
it's
mistakes,
just
turnovers,
mistakes and turnovers,
make
man. Like,
decisions. Yeah.
we was
Looks
nicked
like
and
looks
tuck
like
all
our
the way to the end right there, really. And then, like, at
check.
the end, they just allowed it to kind of unravel on them.
Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
did. Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Some key mistakes, fumble that happens in the game, but yeah, not at that time. That was a
Mm-hmm.
score they didn't need. If they would
Now
have
I
had some damage control at that point, that would have been good.
now I got distracted when on that punt. When the Eagles punted, I was distracted. So the outcome, whatever happened, all I know is I looked up and the Niners was at the 50-yard line. Did the ball hit the wire? What
Well, they
happened with that?
said what happened,
I think it hit the
Podge.
wire.
I'm sure it did, yeah, because the kicker pointed up immediately after that happened.
Yeah, the
But
whole Eagles
but
sideline pointed up.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but according to the referees, there was inconclusive evidence that the
Right.
Mm-hmm.
ball hit the wire because of the
They said
video
they got to
there.
see it. They got to see it, but they couldn't
Yeah,
see
they
it.
couldn't physically see
Right.
that. You know what I
Well,
mean? And so it looks to me like well, we're starting into the third quarter now. They're already out there, and
are they already
no,
out there?
yep,
Oh yeah,
no
Okay.
they
Well,
ran
Purdy,
the first play of the third. It's a
okay.
run
and
to
yeah,
McCaffrey.
no Purdy.
No
All
Purdy. I
right.
think
No
Purdy's
per-
done. I think
Yeah,
that's
I
gonna
think
be
he's
the
putting his jacket back on. I think that's about it for him.
and I
Yeah,
think
that's
Tell me
gonna
that's
what they
be
saying.
the
What they saying now,
that's the
Ronaldo?
dagger. I think that's the dagger as well, fellas. I think that's gonna wrap it up. I
yeah.
mean, I have high hopes. I have high faith in the coaching staff in San Fran. So I do think that they won't be walked off the field. But I do think in the end, the lack of preparation with the dude is gonna be what turns out to be the detriment
Oh
of
yeah,
it.
that's going to be the factor. Yep.
Yeah, it's been no real prep for him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he can't really read the coverages as
And
well.
exactly, and you're not
He's not
going and look,
getting
he
enough
he
experience.
already missed the whole wide. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, he just missed the wide open Kittle.
Oh, he was
Mm-hmm.
Wide
wide
open
open.
Wow.
Kittle's. I mean, Kittle. And after the play, Kittle just kind of dropped his head like,
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely did.
and that's what you're
Well,
gonna run into. I think the rest of the night, that's gonna kind of be the detriment. Like
Yeah,
potential
it
that's
is.
there if you know your offense, and he just don't know the offense.
Yeah, when you have a stingy defense like the Eagles, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, like you got to take advantage of all that. Oh, I stand corrected. He got him that time. But yeah, he's definitely gonna have to. He's gonna definitely have to dial in.
Okay.
mhm.
Okay, he
but
definitely did. He
but
finally got him that
again,
time.
with all respect due to the Niners defense, if they was to get a pick six, they would be right back in it. You know
Oh
what
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure,
saying?
absolutely.
So,
no doubt
Even if
about
really,
this guy can engineer a drive down the field, I mean, that would help.
hmm
But yeah, the
it.
pick
yeah,
Hmm.
six would definitely change the shift the dynamic of the game.
Yeah,
hmm
even if it doesn't go to the in the pick six, a turnover of some kind,
Mm,
momentum shift.
yes, a
yeah,
Yeah,
turnover. And
maybe you get it in good field position. Maybe you don't quite get it the other way in, but you for San
hmm
Francisco goes and scores on this drive and gets a turnover on the following one, and you can cut it down to a 4 point game or tie it up, and we'll still probably be in the third or early fourth
Oh
if they
yeah, without
like
a doubt.
that.
well, they
A
couldn't
lot,
get
of,
the.
a lot of
This
potential
another
there, though.
delay of game here, fellas, and this is that we're experiencing a lot with this guys. The timing they're in the huddle and
Hmm.
they're not getting a lot of time. They can't hear. He can't hear. He's already showing.
Hmm
He's pointing to his ear that he
hmm
can't hear the play coming in swiftly enough. And so they got to really, really, really start accelerating that getting up to the line, getting formed, and getting themselves actually out there, getting out to the you know.
Yeah, the attack that the Niners. I saw Samuel heating up.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I saw him heating up. They're gonna have to go to him more, and also,
Absolutely.
they're gonna have to put it in the air as well. You know.
Sure, 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 sure. And they do need to use McCaffrey more.
Yeah. He
He's
got
not just a runner. He's definitely great out the backfield, but he's
yeah.
also great with the receiving. And they need to keep just like they just did. They passed it to him. It only gained a few yards.
Mhm.
However, keep feeding him the ball because he does have a knack for finding his way up the field.
Absolutely.
He
And
does
he's
find his
got
way up the field.
Ooh.
Oh, I
yeah,
forgot you guys got in Damakasu. Oh, oh, that was almost a pick.
Yes,
They got
indeed.
a hold of. They got a hold of the. Oh.
And they
Oh,
hit him the same way that the same hit that took the last
dang! They
quarterback
took the
out.
last quarterback
wow.
out. Now, who's on the depth chart behind him?
Uh
Uh,
wow, that's
practice
He's
squad guy.
That's a good question. Oh yeah, they got
some
that guy. Yeah, that's
somebody in the
Ndamukong Suh.
stands.
That was
Somebody in the
Ndamukong Suh.
stand. It might be me. I might get flew
Yeah. Uh
out.
coin toss. Who wanna come in?
At
Who
this
wanna
point, it's
come in?
going to get to that point, but
Highest qualified fan.
it's looking pretty rough out there. I mean, I think that
It's gonna get to the highest qualified
I think they
49ers.
had to, I don't
That's
know what
gonna be the
happened
next.
here.
Oh, that hit was tough.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
pretty strong hit, and then it's Sue and Ndamukong Suh, the guy that you love to hate.
Mhm.
Wow, Purdy warming up again.
Purdy
Oh,
Is he
run.
really?
Oh,
oh
he
my
he
God.
heard you. He heard you, Anso.
Oh, Purdy is warming up again,
That
fellas.
brother ain't taking my spot.
Oh, yeah, the holster may
Wow,
have to come out the game.
fellas, Purdy has an opportunity to
Oh,
write
Purdy
a
is
new book.
back. He's back in
Okay.
the game.
This is
Okay.
major. This is crazy.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is what playoff football is all about, fellas.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I'm looking at Jalen's numbers. He's at -1 yards as
Oh
far
boy.
as rushing. So
Oh
the
boy.
the Niners are doing their job, but
Yes,
as
they
we
are.
stated before, he has to lure them in and try
Oh.
to. What happened?
Well, we had a nice little start of a run by what's the name?
McCaffrey. Yeah, it
Yeah,
started off
McCaffrey.
nice.
Yeah, it started off
Yeah.
nice. It was a great play. It just didn't develop right, and the linebacking core from the Eagles is they're there. They're just
Yeah.
there. They're
Yep.
just
I
there,
don't think losing. I don't. What I'm going to take away from this game already after the first quarter
Mm-hmm.
is that I don't take anything away from the 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Win, lose, or
no,
draw,
no, not at all. Not at
because
all.
they definitely got a shitty hand this year in
They
general,
did.
and then
Mm-hmm.
to
The
get
injury bug just keeps biting
well,
them.
and then for it to get shittier on the
Yeah,
biggest
the
game of
injury
the
bug
year.
just keeps biting these guys, and that's the only thing.
Sheesh.
You know, if
Yeah,
they would have came into this game completely healthy,
it'll be
then
more fun. I think it's still fun. It's still fun now.
sure,
It
sure.
is. It
I mean,
is.
just with all the injuries and dealing with that and getting to this point right here, you got to tip your cap to them. They definitely overachieved, if you
Mm-hmm.
will. They overachieved this year, and it's
For
not
them to
like they
still
don't
be
got Kittles, and it's not like they don't got Debo Samuel. It's they still have they
I
still
got
have
plenty of
some
weapons.
high
Plenty of
grade weapons out there.
weapons.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they
They got
can make
some
noise even in this game. Like I say, like we just said. I mean, you get your defense to make some noise, give you
and
a
it's
time for
literally going to have to
turnover.
be the defense. You're right.
Yeah, and that's exactly who
It's
has the
gonna have to
potential to
get to a
do it.
point where the defense is going to have to do something dramatic, get a turnover or something, and give these guys a little bit of juice. Other
Yeah,
than that, like I said, it looks like like I said, if the Eagles come down and score this time, it's going to be tough.
yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. That'll be curtains, I think.
Yeah,
Honestly.
yeah, 3 touchdowns in this in at this stage of the
And it's
game
not
is
because they can't do it; it's because the quarterback position won't allow them to do what they
no.
need to do.
They're
Come
hurting
back.
over there.
They have the weapon to. You can stretch
They're hurting.
Christian McCaffrey out.
Who was the guy? And I'm obviously not following the NFL like that, but who is their starter? Starter. He's the one that went out very early in
Well,
the
you're
season.
talking about the rookie. Well, he's second year player now, Trey
Second
Lance.
year. Yeah, him. Yeah, there he
Yeah,
goes. That's the
yeah,
guy. I
Trey
just
Lance.
didn't know his name. I
Mm-hmm.
apologize, Niner fans. I ain't no person like
Yeah,
that, but
Trey
I knew
Lance.
he was out. And then they had
Then
to rely
Jimmy
on
G.
Jimmy G, which they were trying to move on from Jimmy G, but
Mhm.
somehow, some way, he came back in there and he became Jimmy G again. And he was really giving opponents the business. And I think he was sending a message to the Niners organization by letting them know, hey man, you know what? You guys want to move on? but I'm gonna show you why you didn't need to.
The thing
And-
about this though, Brock Purdy really made that message almost a return to sender because they're like, we know we did it with Trey. When Trey went down, we did it with you. When you went down, we did it with a rookie. And if they pull off this game, Jimmy G might as well pack his shit and
Oh yeah, but you know what though? The beautiful thing about that with Jimmy G is once he gets healthy again, there's going to be a home for him. There's plenty of teams that
sure,
could
he's
use
still a
that.
solid pro. He's still a solid pro.
I think one team down there in Houston could utilize Jimmy Garoppolo.
I wouldn't be surprised if they trying to look and acquiring his talents to be a starter while they try to groom one of these young players that they draft coming up. Because I know they're going to draft this young one.
To the locker room, fellas. He's heading to the locker room. I think he's not going to the tent. He's going to the locker room.
Oh, okay.
So that's saying something right there without saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Once again, this let's see what happens to him here. Oh, Sue the way he hit the ground. I think it was a concussion.
Yeah, I think he got a concussion. Did you see
I
how
think he has a slight concussion.
Yeah,
Who is that?
Concussion.
The fourth stringer. Yeah, the fourth stringer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the way he just hit the ground, you can see it on that replay, bro. His head.
Mm.
He definitely took that CTE test.
They might have to call Jerry Rice to come out and be the quarterback.
They may have to.
He been real hyped on the sideline.
Joe Montana.
Let me ask you, brothers, about that chain Rice got around his neck. What y'all think about that chain?
It was real blingy.
I didn't even keep it.
It was real blingy. He had a nice little Niners helmet, kind of like
a blinged out Niners helmet. It's about the size of a softball.
I would say this ant is bulky. It's very.
Yeah, it's about the size of a softball.
Really bulky, and it's something that you wouldn't catch him wearing dead on the street nowhere else but the game. He probably didn't put it on until he was walking out of the tunnel.
Right.
Yeah, where he was on the field in a safe environment because there were so many diamonds dancing in this helmet. He had the red and gold diamonds. Oh, and I will say this: the Niners defense
is top notch.
And top notch, and they are really giving Brown some fits. Like, who's number 7 again?
Ward, the other Ward.
That's the other Ward. That's the one that you're thinking about, Podge.
Yeah,
Podge. That's right.
Thinking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was charging it.
That was the one, but the one that's number 1, Ward. That's number 1. He's the guy he
like the utility. He like the utility guy.
Yeah, he's super problematic.
And but the 7 Ward is the one that's that lock in corner.
Surely, the Niners they got good field position here, and it looks like they're going to be
going with Purdy.
They're going with Purdy. They got no choice now. They have to bring Purdy back in. They literally don't. Johnson just went to the locker room, and I think the way he was walking, he definitely looked like he was going through the CTE test.
Yeah, they took him to the back, huh?
Here's the chain. Anto. Here's the chain.
Oh, sheesh.
Look at how bulky that is, bro.
Look at my boy Jerry, though.
Yeah, hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie though.
Did he make a statement?
We're gonna pull a fashion faux pas on them shades, man. Them things is real tight around his head. He looked like that old villain off of Batman. He looked like Egghead.
Not the Egghead.
Y'all tough on my boy Jerry, man.
Wow.
You know, I had to get a little jab and a poke in there, man. Them shades was definitely young and tight.
I would say looking like
them was tight. Them was
them shades look like them ones. Was that commercial that he's in with Brett Favre? Was that Copper Fit?
The Copper Fit.
Yeah, those are some Copper Fit shades.
Man,
yes,
that might
indeed.
cause some stroke action.
Damn.
It's definitely hitting the temples real strong.
Let your veins breathe, bro.
Yeah, them temples, man, they sensitive now. You got to be careful with them temples at this age, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Definitely needs an adjustment on the bow tie too. I meant to say that. I had to call the fashion police.
Yeah, boy. crucifying my boy Jerry right now.
Look at the bow tie though. It's
Why
definitely
y'all gotta violate dude like this?
it's like one of those bow ties. It's like a clip-on. It looked like a clip. It looked like he got a clip on.
That's the good honorable Jerry Rice.
Hey, I love Jerry. You know what I'm saying? I love
Oh
Jerry.
yeah,
Rice.
Jerry Rice is he's the blueprint. If you remember when T.O. was playing with San Fran?
Sure.
Jerry Rice took him under his wings and made T.O. the receiver that he became. You know, so Jerry Rice is in my top 3 easy of all time.
Well, T.O. didn't follow in those footsteps though. The blingy chain and the copper fit shades and the
you know what he did do?
Clip-on bow tie.
Well, he wasn't gonna get that type of chain because he spent his money on Ponzi schemes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what happened to him. Oh, look at
that's what
Deebo
happened
Samuel.
to him. Yeah.
Deebo Samuel is the refuse to quit kind of guy.
Oh yeah.
He could have easily gave up on that play. And Purdy is definitely over there like, yeah, look, Kittle is like, listen, man, I know your arm's not right. Just do the best that you possibly can.
We got you.
And he looks like he's relaxed up in there. You know what I'm saying? You got to give Purdy credit.
That was always
he got the jitters, like you said, and he got the jitters out now. He's not there, you know, trying to mismanage the game at the very least. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Arm's not 100%. But they're gonna run the ball here, and they're gonna keep running the ball, and that's just what's gonna happen. They're just gonna continue to run this ball,
run the clock.
They're gonna run the ball and run the clock and see what they can do. But it's just gonna get to a point where, you know, it's at the very least he can't do anything but some dump passing. He's you know he's short yardage right now. He's definitely short yardage, and the Eagles faithful are definitely letting him hear it.
Well, let's anticipate a matchup for the bowl. Eagles. Did we all agree on the Bengals, or did anybody go?
The Bengals was the only clean sweep.
Oh my goodness! Damn, ref blow the whistle.
Yeah.
They just literally just let McCaffrey get socked in the mouth.
21.
Yes, indeed. They just let him get socked in the mouth and gain tackled way after the whistle.
Yeah. McCaffrey
that was way after the whistle, man. Yeah, once he was wrapped up here, the play was over, and they just came in and just said, "Oh, whoever that was at the end." Oh my goodness. They're feeling themselves right now, man.
Oh yeah,
but it just looks like I can safely say it's ineffective. It's not going to go anywhere. It's ineffective. They got, like you said, the defense is going to have to force a turnover.
It's going to have to do.
Yeah, they're going to have to force one, and they're going to have to force one way down there. They're pinning them deep.
They've been winning the field position game. They just not getting no offensive production. They looking like the Cowboys last week.
Exactly. All of the other phases they're executing properly. The special teams is pinning them deep. The defense is still playing very stingy. They're giving the team a chance. They know it's resting on their shoulders. Literally, you can tell that the defense has stepped it up. They're like, look, we got to create a turnover if we're going to get back. It's going to be on them. Yeah, if we're going to get back in this game, we got to create a turnover. So that's what we're seeing here. But that last hit on McCaffrey, I still. What do you think? What's your take on that, man? Like when the play is over.
So it's like at some point, you know, like you got 3 guys, the man is going all the way back. We just like let that be what it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's sometimes I know football players have a motor, and they definitely get adrenaline going, and they smell blood when they see a guy getting wrapped up, and they want to gain tackle and make a statement. But that can count against you in a game like this. So you have to be mindful and try to keep a level head at the same time with that motor, because you know, that could have easily been called a penalty.
Almost should have been if you want to be real.
Yeah, they really could have threw the flag.
But I ain't
on
gonna
that
say should
because
have been, but it just could have been. I ain't gonna be that
it
petty.
could have been. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It can go either way. These refs are obviously not coherently here with us today.
Mm-hmm. I done moved on to DraftKings. I'm looking at some possible money exchange.
You looking at the parlays?
Whoa, I'm looking at a money line. I'm looking at a money line for the Niners.
I might have to call you Parlay P in my phone. I might have to
Let's
switch
see
up
what we got
name.
here. What is that? Hold on. Let's widen this up. Let me blow it up here so I can
I'm gonna call
see
your
what you're
draft
looking
team
at here.
name Parlay P.
Keep that up, Podge.
Can you see it?
Oh yeah, I can see it now. Whoa.
If
Wow,
they
you
were
down.
to come back, if you got a spare $100, you could turn it into 2,100. It just went up to 2,300 as we
Mm.
speak.
Now look at
So
there. For all you guys on DraftKings, you know, the jig is in.
Come on, Niners. Look, come on, Niners. You put that 100 down real quick.
Jig is in. And
Hey,
the
you can
defense
turn it
is
to
the
2,300.
defense is staying true to form, and they're definitely sending a message to the rest of the league, letting them know, hey, look, we might be down, but we are
And
playing.
D'Amico actually is
Oh,
the
wow, look
leading
at these
candidate.
ranks. Did you just see those rankings?
Another big element of tonight's game is the fact that D'Amico Ryans is actually last reported to be the leading candidate for the Texans job out here.
Oh, well, that would be a great look.
This lockdown
He's gonna bring if he's bringing this culture, the Texans will be much different soon.
yeah,
Also,
they on the come.
we
They're really
drafted
flushing
D'Amico
Jalen
Ryans.
out of the pocket.
D'Amico Ryans was drafted by the Texans as well.
They're
So that's a
flushing
great little
Jalen out the pocket, but he did something that you recommended there, Podge. He took off.
Skitty-doo.
Yeah, he took off. Look at this. The defense versus the offense. The Niners are ranked first in points per game, total yards per game, first in big plays, first in damn near everything.
Everything.
Jesus. Their defense is lights out stingy. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it. I realized it because I watched it last week, but this week they're sending a strong message. It's 3rd and 2. And oh, that's a catch. That's a catch.
Nice read.
Nice read. He definitely took what the defense gave him.
He actually had it over the middle too. He had two there.
That throw was a little bit low for my comfort, but he did.
I like those low only because if they high, they can be going the other way.
Put it where nobody else could get it but him.
Yeah, so that's the only thing I like. He was just trying to get the first.
That makes sense. You got to methodically move up this thing. Now I will say this though, boy, the Eagles have a strong running offense.
Yes,
These guys are some ground and pound.
Number one in the league.
They got a ground and pound game. Yeah,
sure.
That's for sure. I think at this stage of the game, that's what you do. You start feeding the running backs the ball. The 49ers are definitely great against the pass. They're stingy against the pass, but runs got to start catching in. And, well, they're stingy against the damn run, too. Shit.
Yep.
They're pretty stingy.
The Eagles actually are 3rd in rushing attempts in the league. And I think last game they averaged 6.1 on the ground.
Oh, yeah, Bosa. We didn't get a chance to really talk about him, but he's not feeling it either. That little sideline play, that freakish mishap, he was waiting to go on the field, and a play carried into out of bounds, and they kind of like laid into him.
Yeah, so he kind of dizzy.
He hasn't been the same since. No, it's a lower extremity problem that he's having right now.
Low vibrations.
Yeah. Well, 14. Who is 14? He's a multi-purpose kind of guy too. You know who he reminds me of? Gainwell. Yeah, he reminds me of that little utility back the Chargers had back in the day.
You said I'm dramatic. Doesn't mean
I think
way back in the day.
Not way back. You know what I'm saying? But they had a little utility back that was
okay. Because I was about to take it back to Charlie Joyner days.
I was about to say it was right after Natron Means. They and
Okay.
Damian Tomlinson, but they had a little guy. He was
Yeah.
like he was like a pre-Tyreek Hill. You know,
Mhm.
he was like a pre-Tyreek Hill. I forgot his name. I'm really feeling embarrassed right now because I don't know. I don't remember his name, but he was a real for a minute there. He was a factor. He was definitely a factor in their offense. But this little guy, number 14, he's Gainwell. He's pretty formidable for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
he's an X factor out there. And Hurts is starting to open up, and he's starting to use his legs.
yeah, well, that's what happens when your
Oh,
defense is playing catch up.
the Niners almost off, y'all.
Jimmy Ward was right there. He just played good
The
D. He
Ward
just
that we
played
were
it.
Yeah.
talking about, the guy that they don't want to get fired up, number one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
utility
yeah,
guy. That's
he
the nickel
definitely was
corner.
a factor in that one.
That's your nickel
Yeah.
corner. That's why you
Yeah.
gonna see him all everywhere. Your
This guy's got to
utility
be.
guy.
He's
That's
got to
why
be a
you
Pro Bowler.
use him in the nickel.
Well,
That's
he
what
got
you
that
get.
C on his jersey for a reason.
A premier
Mhm.
nickel cornerback is what you're
Oh
looking.
yeah.
He's got that C on his jersey for a reason. He's a captain. So that's wow. Yeah, he's definitely formidable. Number Ward. What's his name?
Mhm.
Jimmy Ward. And then this
Yeah.
is the other Ward. You're finna see the combination of Ward and Ward right here in front of you.
Right.
Who is number 7? He's good too. Ward.
Yes,
That's the
that
other Ward.
combination.
Ward and Ward. Yep. Which
Those guys.
Which Ward was it that got roasted by Brown at the first quarter?
That was Jimmy in a slot, I want to say.
Yeah, that was Jimmy.
Was that a catch or was that a catch, bro?
Okay.
That one-handed snag.
Oh, the first one
in the
fourth
red
down?
zone.
The first one
No,
fourth
it
down.
was
I
a
would have
one.
to say no.
It was a one-handed snag in the first quarter.
Yeah, the fourth down one. That's the one I was talking about. They went for it on fourth
Yeah.
down. I would have to
Yeah.
say no. And that's a mistake. Roughing the punter.
Wow.
Roughing the punter against the Niners, and that's gonna hurt.
That's
Unfortunate. It was his momentum that literally, yeah, his momentum. The offensive player literally pushed him into. Yeah, that's a first down for the Eagles. But it was the way that the offensive player kind of like he went like that, and the Niners player, yeah, Shanahan and them is mad. I think they got it right for that. Yeah, that was shifty. That was a little shifty right there. But no, I don't believe that was a catch. That one-hander, after the replay, yeah, he definitely did not have control of that ball going down. He had control of it when he rustled it in, but once he was on his way to the ground, bro, yeah, you could clearly see the ball wasn't in his possession. It was like on the ground. They just didn't see it. That's all.
Okay. Yeah.
So technically, I mean, if you took that away, it'd be 14-7, which I thought it would be right around this point. Yeah, I thought it would be, but this gives the Eagles new life, and Jalen Hurts is doing exactly what the Mellow Man said, and he is running that motherfucking ball.
He definitely.
Oh, he's slow to get up.
Who
Don't
that?
take off too much. Hurts.
Oh,
He's slow to get up, but he's up.
yeah.
He's slow to get up, but he's up. And I see that big green thing called the end zone not too far away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is the one right here. It's the shoulder. Oh, yeah, because he got that sensitive shoulder right now, and he got to be very careful taking off with that, too. Slide. In that instance, slide. Yeah. And that's going to be a run. Oh, and Hurts said, forget that. Hey, he slid this time. He heard me.
He heard you.
Yeah, he heard me on that one. He definitely seen that there was nowhere to go, and he did the right thing and slid. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this second game. What does the Chiefs have to do to actually come out with a win?
Make sure that Patrick Mahomes doesn't get hit hard.
I
If
think
he
if
gets
they
hit
protect
hard,
Patrick Mahomes
then it's
and
trouble.
defensively they can find ways, like I say, to make plays. So speaking making plays. Here we go again.
Oh, oh,
Uh,
Hurts.
with Hurts with the
And he
play.
frees himself.
And they gave him a little bit of extra with the late penalty.
Oh, with the late penalty.
The
Wow.
the frustration
What these
flag.
guys have to start learning how to do, and it's an adrenaline thing, but that's
Emotional integrity, bro, is something that you just need. Some folks have better grasp of emotional integrity, and some people
yes,
just they
yes.
just don't have it.
Yeah, that was something that they clearly messed up right there. He was on his way out of bounds. Let him run out.
Mm-hmm.
Let him run out. But what this guy did was, and got to know that there's a potential that they're going to call that. Number 29, the new Palomalu. Yeah, he did that on purpose. Why did he do that? That was stupid.
Yeah, it's all about adrenaline, like you said.
It was, but when they get close to that sideline, you got to know when he's going for the sideline and he's not running towards the end zone. He's clearly on his way out of bounds. You got to let him go.
Mhm.
Emotional integrity. Be more disciplined.
Oh, and they were trying to fight through there, but that wasn't happening today.
Mhm.
That wasn't happening. It's getting chippy down there.
Oh yeah, because they know just like we know, if they get in the end zone this time, it's almost pretty much
Oh yeah. It's getting too late in the third quarter.
exactly. You need to control this and keep this to a field goal.
Yeah, they. You know what? They had him in the grasp, and Hertz just was able to. Oh yeah, this is going to be a straight. Oh yeah.
Mm, not
Oh no.
so. Not having it.
No. Why would they do that? They were too far away for that to happen. Now see number
They've been doing
29
that so good all year.
29 needs to get himself in order there because he's a second away from getting that penalty again. He's going way after the play. He's going way after the play, guys. And it's like, oh, I hear mom do. They must have scored.
Mhm.
Yep, they got it.
Oh yeah. See,
And that could be all, folks.
yeah, I
That's
think that's the
awesome.
score that. Yeah, that's the score. But going back, moving forward to this game, the Chiefs game, because we
Mhm.
can't look forward now,
Oh yeah.
especially that Jalen Hurts has scored a touchdown, and that's all they needed. It's
Oh, let me
27.
check my other parlay. Hold on.
Oh,
Jalen.
Parlay P.
oh,
Oh.
let's
Parlay P. What we got from Parlay P today?
pull up the ticker.
No, because
Uh,
no, we needed somebody else to get a touchdown. It was actually didn't Saunders get two?
I don't
mm,
think he did. I know he got
Yeah,
one.
yeah. He should have
no,
said.
he
I
got
think
one.
he got
I think he
one.
got one. Yeah,
Okay.
two different running backs scored for the Eagles today,
Hmm.
and then Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
They got 4 touchdowns.
Hmm.
But maybe Sanders did get a second one.
Would you take Jalen out at this point?
No,
Leave him in?
yeah, they're not taking him out.
Okay.
Maybe if they score one more time, Podgy,
Hmm.
but they're not taking him out. I mean, because anything can happen for real, but it's getting grim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting mighty grim. But once again, shifting gears back to that next game. I did mention that if Mahomes can be protected, they have a supreme shot. But if he takes a solid shot anywhere to the lower extremities where it affects his movement,
Hmm.
I just think that the Bengals defense is too good, and they're going to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
It's going to enable them to cover people. The only other thing is Kelsey. If they've devised a scheme to stop him because
Right.
literally he's the problem.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Kelsey is your quick outlet, like any quality tight end. If a quarterback is trying to get out of trouble, that's what they're gonna lean on
I'm
because
gonna be honest
they
with you
give you
guys.
a larger window to deliver to when you're a tight
I'm
end.
guaranteeing you this: they got a whole separate playbook just for him.
That would
They
work.
do. Yeah, they do. Because if you think about it, if you watch the last couple weeks, well, they had the break in between, but they played last week. But even last week, let's just go, let's just go last. Because even when Mahomes went out and the other guy came in, he was a factor on that drive. And the reason why is because they have a whole, to me, they have a whole entire playbook that's nothing but Travis Kelsey plays where it's like he's faking like he's going to run block or he's going to fake
Mhm.
like he's protected blocking and this, that, and the third. And then he just flashes right out and he's wide open. And then his yards after the catch is where he's really a problem because he's a big body. He's not easy to bring down. And he really does play that role quite well. He's a new prototype for a tight end, to be honest with you. Him and Kittles, I give Kittles that too. They just don't utilize Kittles in the fashion that they use Kelsey. Kelsey's more like a feature receiver in Kansas City's arsenal. But like I said, if what's the name, uh, if they can devise a scheme to watch Kelsey and understand what Kelsey's importance is on the field, and they take away some of the other guys, don't even got to take away everybody. And if they harass Mahomes, like if they sock him in the mouth good, maybe one time early in the game, I think it's going to be trouble for Kansas City.
Yeah, I agree with Antho. Kelsey is a big, bulky target,
Yes,
and
sir. Yes,
coming
sir.
across in that slant, and with uh Mahomes' arm, the way he slings it,
Yes, sir.
it's
You
very
did.
easy for him to hit that across the middle
Oh,
pattern.
it's uncanny. It's uncanny. He has a sidearm pass on top
Yeah,
of the other passes. So I
Yeah.
mean that's the reason why I said really at the end of the day the factor is getting to him and
Mhm.
harassing him off of what he really wants to do because he
With the
can't
tight,
run
with the
like
safety, whoever they decide to check Kelsey with is a very simple but very hard plan to execute. Very simple to understand, just
yeah.
hard to execute. You
It's
have to
hard to
blanket them.
execute.
You
It's
have
either
to be
that, it's
physical
either
with
that or it's gonna
Kelsey from
be
the line of scrimmage. You have to
it's gotta be one
literally
of the bigger
come
guys
and get him
challenging
right
him.
up off of his spot. You have to come
Yep.
put your hands on him. So when he tries to get it, so you can allow the pass rush to get to Mahomes. So when he gets off his spot and he can't quite move the way he normally would, it'll allow you to take advantage of the minimized mobility because
Sure.
you're not allowing him that quick inlet release. You can't give him the inside release. You have to play
Absolutely.
inside and tight all night, and that'll be your best keys to getting out of this.
Well said, my brother. Well said. I think that that's true. I think that if the Bengals devise the scheme where somebody can really stick to him in the early part of it, then it'll be easier for the secondary to help. In this case, the secondary has to be the help. The linebackers and the people that play in the middle of the field are going to have to keep a ball hawk on Kelsey
Yep.
because they design it for where he's like I said, they'll have him on the line and he'll act like he's run blocking. And then out of nowhere, he's gonna jump like a couple of yards down this field, and he's gonna be open. That's all you gotta do is dump it to him, and he's gonna get the yards after the catch. But
Like
you catch him early.
good
You catch
coverage
him
isn't
early.
always enough
They
with
need a
Kelsey.
shadow. Like one of the linebackers may have to shadow Kelsey
You
today.
have to bracket him. You have to have someone play him very physical at the line, and you have to bracket him with either a safety over the top, and whoever is playing physical has to play underneath and inside. The only hope. It's very basic. It's just hard to execute. If you got the guys to do it,
It
then
is hard to execute,
you
and
you
you know
you
what?
able to get it done.
You're right. But the interesting thing, like I said, once again, we're going to see how mobile Patrick Mahomes is today.
Exactly.
And I think that you don't just recover from a high ankle sprain. No, 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 no. We're
Anybody that's had one or understands it or knows he's definitely still hurting. That man is
Ooh,
still hurting right now. Ain't
hey,
no
that
putting it
thing be on fire, okay? And anybody that never felt the ankle of any sort,
on.
when you injure the ankle, it does not heal in a week. No, it doesn't. It's going to be a nagging pain. It's probably going to be pain shooting through him the whole time he's running. He's going to have to suck that up, and he's going to have to play.
In the second,
Yeah,
Jones or somebody, one of them big boys off the line, and Cincy comes through and make him have to make a move.
ooh, he's in trouble. I'm telling
I
you,
mean
he's in
DJ
trouble.
Reader. I said John. I
So
meant
it's
Reader.
going to take his one good hit on him, and he may be in trouble. And Henny, or whoever that dude is that comes in, who's the guy that came in for him last week? Henny?
Henny. I think it was Henny.
Yeah, Henny,
Mm-hmm.
which he's formidable. He knows how to run the offense. That's for sure. He proved that last week.
He's a vet.
Yeah, he's a vet. He definitely knows how to run their offense. He studies their playbook well.
A vet. Respect
He
it.
definitely, yeah, I respect it too. I think he's really going to be a factor as well. They just got to watch out for him because you game plan. If anything, if they were smart, they went back and they watched the tape from last week, and they said, "All right, in case we do get Mahomes out of the game, we still can't let up on our laurels. We're gonna have to play this dude Henny like a ball hawk, and we're gonna have to really get on him." You know what I'm saying? Because he knows how to run their offense, and he runs it just as well. Well, not better than Mahomes, but he runs it just as well. You know what I mean? And he was able to be productive out there. He was able to be productive. Hey, you guys, I know sports, man. I do know sports. And I do pay attention, even though I'm not really all the way involved. Like I said, I can't wait for NBA season. I might even get you guys to talk about the that's a holding penalty. You know that's coming back. Wherever they threw that flag, that's a hold. Although I got to give McCaffrey a lot of credit. He definitely is running hard out there.
He changed everything for San Fran. He changed the game for them to me.
Yes, he did. He's a running back that is
They
very
actually
effective.
showed a
Oh,
stat earlier.
they got him out the game because his shoe kind of almost came. Oh, that's on the defense.
On defense. Good stuff.
Well.
They were showing that the record since he got there, they 12-1.
Fourth quarter, guys,
They
what
were
do you think their
3-3.
chances are for making this a game?
This drive will tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah, there goes Jimmy G. They just showed Jimmy G right there.
Yeah.
Garoppolo.
A good offensive coordinator can chew up 8 to 9 minutes on a drive.
And they did the reverse to Debo, and that was a mistake because he didn't get him no. He got maybe a yard and a half out of that. I think that's where they're stuck at now. They're just stuck at it. Sue took the other guy out, and this guy just you can tell his arm is non-effective at all. He can't even throw.
Not even using them to throw.
No, he's not even attempting to throw the ball.
And that's why I said this drive is kind of going to show you all you need to know.
It is. If
they're going to try to run it,
they're stuck at 82 passing yards.
Even if they score a touchdown, if they have to depend on
they're stuck at 82 passing yards.
The runner to do so.
Yeah, it's chunking up too much time.
They won't have enough time left to make.
Yeah, that's chunking up way too much time.
So this drive is really going to inform me on everything I need to see.
Exactly. Me too. I agree. I think that if they can't get past, they could score here, but if they got to rely strictly on the run from here on out, it's over.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is exactly.
He's starting to crack through that line, though.
This is exactly how Antho described it in the first podcast.
Yes, he did.
If they actually have to play comeback, it was really over at halftime.
It was
playing
comeback against the Eagles defense
with the caliber of quarter. No. It was not a recipe for victory.
Can't throw. Yeah, once you can't throw, it's over.
Yeah,
not a winning recipe.
Not at all. Not at all. Like we said, we give them congratulations and credit for the great season that they had.
But that's why I also said right after half, regardless of the outcome, I don't take nothing away from them. But I also see that the limitations are there. They're trying to get very exotic with their runs right now. But
true to form. Oh yeah, they are running all kinds of plays out there.
Yeah, it's very exotic. Kyle Shanahan is definitely showing his creativity.
Oh, he has a very creative mind. I'm looking at these plays. These plays are amazing.
But because the defense are kind of being on the run.
Yeah.
No matter how you dress it up, they still
they're ready.
they're ignoring the exoticness of it because we don't care. That's not happening. You
That's
know,
well,
we're looking for
that's
that
well
ball
put.
exchange.
That's well put.
Yeah.
They're ignoring the exoticness.
Mhm.
Yeah, how exotic the runs are. It's like they looking for the bare meat and bone, meat and potatoes of the
Well,
situation.
yeah, they got some
Which
bears out there, and they definitely are snacking on meat and bones right about now.
it's crazy because they going for it, but it's like we gotta understand. We gotta put this ball in the air.
Yeah,
If
they're not even risking this guy throwing anything. Like he's not throwing the ball at all. It's 4th and 2, and they're going to have to run. They're going to have to run, and the time starting to be a factor. It's getting to be about 11 minutes left in the game, and being down 21 with 11 minutes to go, you're definitely looking at, you know, this is really a put up or shut up possession, like Ant said.
oh
It's
no, horrible decision.
oh yeah,
Whole ball game, guys. Ball
yep.
game.
Ratsy said, "Shout out to the guys." Shout out to the guys.
Yeah,
Shout out to all of our fans for hanging in with us. Second
yeah.
podcast of the day. This and it's not an easy thing to do to
No,
stay
it's not.
focused, put it together, and it's not a big CBS or ESPN production as of yet, but
Hmm.
I'm sure you could see the bones, the skeletons, and the foundation that is being built. You know,
Hmm.
yeah.
No
So
doubt.
thank you guys for coming out for far as the Facebook fans, YouTube, LFX Media, and on the LFX Media Live, we're streaming live. What we would like you to do is participate. We
Yeah,
can see you. We can see you peeking in. It's going to tell you, how many people are actually watching. Just drop a comment. Hey, it's me. What's
let
going
us know
on?
when you're up in the building with us.
Yeah, and please
Nothing wrong with
share
that.
share
If
the
you're one
video,
of those
share the
regular
live.
hosts online and you want to speak your mind, just like the post says subliminally, what's on your mind?
Very
Go
subliminal.
chime in.
Mhm.
No doubt.
Oh, very
Yeah.
subliminal, guys. Yeah, that what's on your mind is, you know, I got a project that's on my website. It's called Social Threshold. Shameless
Mm.
plug. If you guys go on custombeatking.com and you want to hear the perspective of the juggernaut when it comes to social media, I have
Mhm.
a full project called Social Threshold, and I think that you really will be intrigued by it because all the little snippets that I have in between the records actually came from social media, and it was spreading a message of how our responsibility and our accountability, kind of like plays a huge part in the way we conduct ourselves socially on a daily
Mhm.
basis. So,
Yeah.
check it out.
Yep. I had a conversation early this morning about social media. I mean,
Mm.
early. I actually sometimes I bounce and wake up at 4 in the morning and just turn the computer on. Like I just had a eureka. Let me try this and try that. Which I was talking with the person and they were like, "Well, um, so Facebook is paying you for all of these surveys and whatnot."
Whew.
Is that one of the bots calling in? The bots tapping in with us like you said to come, you said to call, you said to
You said push
go
up.
let me
No,
in.
bro. That's a good link to start shit. Yeah.
I think
Nah,
so.
but understanding social media and understanding algorithms and
Ooh.
actually the percentage that uh Facebook shows, they're saying 35%. Earlier it was 6%, so these things, it's like moving the goalposts, what they do, you know.
Mhm.
They tell you you're monetized and then you get up there and you put your time in and you get $5 back and you're like, well, let me try some organic methods that I can open the lanes up and that's what I've been doing. It's been fun. It's been informative, and it's not been what most think it is. You know, and
Mm.
I can't. The ancient Chinese secrets. I'm not going to put them all out there, but hey, are you not entertained?
Okay.
Hey, we having a good time, but like Pat was just saying about experimenting and being within the positive energy line that we should be in. You know, people like today. I had a post, and basically I was saying, if you have a business, just share your link. I've built up enough traffic where if you're a business person, share the link. If you know somebody that's in business, share the link. So it's it's just something that we don't have. We can't be selfish in our endeavors. Once
Right.
we throw out the positive energy, it comes back. So.
Oh, that's a pure and solid fact. Like, um, throwing positive energy out there in this atmosphere with these platforms, we all have an opportunity to do such.
Hmm.
It's about choice. It's
Hmm.
about what you're choosing to utilize your platforms for. Is it to glorify the negative or is it to glorify the positive? I think we can say it's a no-brainer that positive outcomes come from positive energy being put out in the atmosphere. And if you don't believe in that stuff, I feel sorry for you, but that's absolutely the truth because um, sometimes people will ask their questions like, well, why aren't things going right in my life? Why is this, that, and the third happening and this, that, and the third? You're not realizing that you're putting an energy out there in the atmosphere that's
Hmm.
actually counterproductive to what it
Yeah.
is that you actually are seeking. And if you're looking for things to be
Hmm.
going in a positive manner and you're putting negative connotations out there and you're putting negative energy out there in the atmosphere, surely it's going to boomerang itself right back to you.
Hmm. Yep. And a simple equation to show you how this thing works. We all have toxic friends. You know what I'm saying? And when we see the toxic going on, we keep
Toxicity.
strolling. Toxicity. We keep strolling. We keep strolling. Like, yeah, I'm not with that.
Mm,
But people who
Right.
are actually toxic are going to stop and going to comment, and they'll all be in one little toxic Kool-Aid mix. You know what I mean? All in,
mhm.
all in the Kool-Aid. But
This is the conversation most people do not want to have.
yeah,
And that's
exactly.
based
And
off of habit.
yes.
Habits are practiced, people. Whether they're good habits or bad habits, they are
Mm-hmm.
practiced habits. And
Yep.
sometimes we have to step back and take a look in the mirror. And we need
Mm-hmm.
to figure out exactly what it is and where we are going. I think Mos Def said it best on Black on Both Sides. If you never listened to that album, I suggest you check it out because at the beginning, he said the next time you want to know where hip hop is going, take a look in the mirror and say, where am I going?
Definitely facts. Where are we going? And the actual training that Facebook does of the people. You mentioned what's on your mind. Um, I can throw a simple question out, and uh, it's not invasive as to your life and your privacy. It's a general question. But then you look at the average person on Facebook, they're at the airport on their way to Puerto Rico. They're
Mhm.
they're at a funeral, live at a funeral. They just lost somebody. They posting pictures of the lost loved one. They just had a breakup last night. So they're allowing Facebook into their life in such a form that before you know and even the people who are doing illegal stuff on Facebook, like you don't realize that there's actually Facebook cops. Like,
Mhm.
you think you have a license to get on social media and just break the law? They know exactly where you at because you tell them,
It's
and
funny,
then
I
you
got a song called SMT, that means Social Media Titans. And
yes.
that's exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? It piggybacks right off of what you just said right there, and it's cut and dry. It's cut and dry, and it's quite clear that I think people are subconsciously um, acting this way, and not subconsciously, if you will, because it starts to
Mhm.
take over. Like I said, once again, as a habit. And
Yes.
once this habit starts to become formed, you almost don't even realize that you're doing it because you've done it so much that it's actually almost kind of like washing your hands or getting
Hmm.
up to go brush your teeth. You have to get
Hmm.
online and you have to do something to ridicule. You have to
Hmm.
do something to, and that's where we get the keyboard warriors. That's where we get the, you know,
Hmm.
the internet gangsters, if you will, and Facebook gangsters and what have you. You know what I mean?
Twitter fingers.
Yes, Twitter fingers, and so we as a people, I think we really need to start checking ourselves when it comes to this because yes, we all
Hmm.
have a mouth, we all have a voice, and these platforms give us that. But at the end of the day, and this other factor happens with it too. Until it affects you personally, you don't
Hmm.
don't think about it. But once the spotlight is on you, after all the shenanigans are going down the pipeline, and then the shenanigans of the energy from the universe start to come your way,
Hmm.
and I see that it really affects people differently. And
Hmm.
that's when they really start to wake up and realize, well, damn, what have I been doing this whole entire time? And then the soul searching needs to kick in. Soul
Hmm.
searching definitely needs to kick in. And we have to check ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We really have to check ourselves, and we need to start really thinking about what it is that we are actually putting out there in the atmosphere. Once again, I said it on Social Threshold. I said, what's on your mind is how your world be. You're expressing yourself, but it's foolishly. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Speaking of kicking in, uh, field goal,
I
31-7.
Yeah, that's the cap.
guess peeping that
Nice,
as well.
That's the cap on.
nice.
That's the cap on the thing. And the lady's definitely doing the meme, and she's ready to
Oh
be a
yeah.
theme for the rest of the playoffs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the couch,
Yes, the
Daniel.
Niners.
Welcome to the couch.
Niners, you definitely deserve a seat on the couch. You've earned it. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Daniel
You
Jones is sitting there right next to you.
so to say
Enjoy.
the least, they earned a very comfortable seat. It ain't got no
Oh, for sure. Oh, for
very
sure.
plush.
They a solid team.
Yeah, no
Got,
need to hang
Solid
your head
team.
though. Not at all. But we knew
Hmm.
that it was possible that it was going to go this route. You know what I
right.
mean?
Hmm.
We knew it was going to
Yeah.
come this way. And
Yeah.
and any of us that thought that it wasn't coming this way, we
Hmm.
we predicted it earlier and we stuck with it.
I would have
Was
loved to see
Rasnick
what Purdy could
the
have done
lone
if he
person that
stayed
picked the Niners
upright.
today?
Because I don't think we really got to. That's the one negative element of it. I feel is that we never really got to see what exactly Purdy had to offer because
Oh
he
yeah,
went down so
damn.
early. So to next
Hmm.
year's story is still going to be a lot about. Okay, I mean, I'm sure that they saw enough. I feel to say that they feel comfortable going
Now, what do you
forward
guys think? Do you guys think that he's
for the
right?
foreseeable future. But I do think that it's going to be a better situation when they can probably get him through a whole playoff run, so they can see what he looks like under the biggest lights. But
Do you think the number one is going to come back and be number one?
the Eagles,
No, for instead of Purdy,
Quarterback.
the other
oh,
gentleman.
quarterback for the 49ers.
Yes, sir.
But I think Trey Lance.
Trey
Trey
Lance comes back and
Lance.
he's the number one again. Good question.
Mhm.
And the only reason I pause before answering is because you will usually say, "Hey, they put so much into one. He's young." They were both drafted. They're is one's a rookie, which is even younger than Trey, because Trey was so he's actually younger, cheaper.
Mhm.
I could see them. That's crazy. I don't know. I could see them starting the year off with Trey, but
I mean,
having
now
a
that you've
very
seen
short
what this
leash
guy
because
can do, yeah. Now that you've seen what this guy could do, do you stick with him or do you go
yeah,
back to
I
Trey
mean, like I
Lance?
feel like that's gonna be a great problem for the 49ers staff to have. You know,
What type of
that's what you
injury?
have OTAs for. That's what you
Lance
have
have
off
any
season
injury?
for. You have to, yeah, because he had an injury. So you kind of look at it
Was it
like,
a
hey,
lower extremity? It was a leg injury that he had. Am I correct?
I can't recall actually off top.
We'll have to stat
What
check
kind of
that
injury
next
did
time.
Trey Lance? I'm gonna check on it. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't I feel like that's kind of what you kind of you do as a coaching staff. You go into the off season, you analyze, you say, hey, let's see what they look like in camp. Whoever is executing the offense the best, may the best man win. And we see you week 1. Because nobody is on a big contract. Both of them are young. You already know they paying Mr. Irrelevant dollars.
Man, that's one of the big gripes and issues that I do have with the NFL itself.
Mhm.
When you think the average career in the NFL is probably 5 seasons, give or take. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on average, you
Mhm.
got a player that's out there and you're getting paid the minimum. But meanwhile, I mean, you think about just the enormous cost that it costs just to maintain a facility like a stadium.
Yeah.
They're making that much money. The franchise is making that much money just based off of merchandise, likeness,
Mm-hmm.
you name it. I mean, they've made every product that you can possibly think. Oh, McCaffrey,
You
McCaffrey.
see, man, they threw a little another wrinkle in there. That's Kyle Shanahan for you. He gonna come. He gonna come with something to the end, man. I think they
Yes,
finna
he
go
is.
ahead and concede now, though.
It's concede time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is concede
That
time. They might as well go ahead and just concede and let it be what it is. And like you said, Purdy just knew that he couldn't go for the rest of the game. He's
Yeah,
just
he
out
was
there.
hurt. We don't really know because this isn't Purdy we're looking at right now. Just because he's out
No,
there
it's not.
hiking his ball, this is
No,
not
mm,
we saw him
true
last week.
analysis of Purdy right now.
Yeah, we saw him last week, and we've seen glimpses. And to be honest with you, even though this is a win for the Eagles, I wouldn't consider this a loss for Purdy because, like you said, he never really got a chance to get himself
He never
going.
got a chance. He got hurt in the first quarter with like 5-6 minutes left, I
See,
think.
he barely completed that pass right there to Kittles.
So it's like
Yeah, he barely completed that pass. That ball looked so shifty coming out of his hand right there.
even when he was throwing it on the sideline, I knew it wasn't right before he even had declared
Oh
that he wasn't coming
yeah,
back.
it
He
was so
was
ginger.
throwing
It
it,
was so
and it was
ginger.
ginger.
It was ginger. You could see it. You could see it in his motion. It was like it was hardly no life. He probably barely can grip the football.
Yep.
mm,
Yeah, because when you have an injury like that, that probably deals with some nerves, possibly. I want to
And
say that's a nerve thing. Got to give it to Christian McCaffrey. He is out there playing his heart out, man. Him and Samuel. Oh, here goes another flare up. Temperatures is
mm.
that temps is getting real out here.
Yeah, that Trey Lance
oh,
injury.
hey, let's go.
Uh oh, he's trying to slam him.
Somebody got
Oh,
slammed.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he slammed him.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, everybody coming out on the field like, yo.
it's all good. It's just a little chippy. We knew it was gonna be like this. It's gonna be
Mhm.
flags on both sides. I'm not tripping. I'm not tripping. Everybody good.
Oh
It's
Mhm.
wow.
football, man. It's playoff football.
Oh yeah.
49ers got a bad they got a bad hand. They drew a bad hand this year, straight up.
That's all.
Yeah, on
Be
that
like,
Trey Lance injury, it was similar to the injury that Kyrie had with his ankle. He had some hardware that he had to have removed and put back into his ankle. That was the Trey Lance
Okay,
injury.
Williams just slammed dude. Ooh.
yeah, he got
Mhm.
fed up. I think they just got tired of dude playing.
Yeah, they was taunting. They might have been taunting in there too.
Mm,
Might have been a little taunt thing, but Williams was not playing. He's a big dude. I see nobody wanted no smoke with him.
no. Mhm.
They really didn't want no smoke with him. He slammed dude to the ground like it was nothing. Oh, Dominic Sue didn't care. Oh, he don't
Meanwhile,
care. He's beef. He is the epitome of beef.
mhm,
And Dominic Sue. This guy
right.
right here wasn't taking no crap either. They got to calm these dudes down.
I'm gonna tell you why that's bad for the Eagles. They got another game to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. And they're going to be watching them. They're going to be watching them. They definitely got some temperamental things going on. Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
got multiple.
Yeah.
They got multiple. Personal foul against the Niners. Personal foul against the Eagles.
Mm.
Oh, they're both disqualified.
Mm.
Oh yeah, he's disqualified.
Pat, while we got him here on live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and LFX Media, how about we talk a little bit about the fried food challenge coming up on the 1st?
Oh yes. Why not? We might as well. Well, I put a challenge out there for the public um, for this February, and I just thought February,
It's
fried,
here.
no fried.
Mhm.
Okay,
No
so
fried
basically what we're
February.
doing is we're doing a no fried, no table salt challenge for 30 days. 30 days for the month of February. We're going to stick to a regimen of no fried, no table salt. And I know that's
28
one of
days.
the, well, 28, excuse me, I apologize.
Hmm.
Yeah, I forgot February is only 28 days. But
Hmm.
yet and still, we're going to go these 28 days, no fried no table salt. Really, at the end of the day, you don't want to salt anything in your food. You
Hmm.
want to try to find clever alternatives. Me myself, one of the things that I started in my arsenal is I've been drinking uh I've been drinking water infused with blueberries and strawberries.
Hmm.
So I got freshly cut up strawberries, and then I just tossed blueberries on top of it. It's a
Uh-huh.
fantastic drink. It's a great way to drink water, and it's an encouragement to drink more water. And I think that that's really the most important thing. You know what I'm saying?
Stay
That's really
hydrated.
that's really the most important thing. It's for us to get healthier. It's for us to see a potential at the end of the day, and really, it's time. It's time, guys. It's time for
Hmm.
everybody to start really being concerned about the health. I know for a fact that I've seen a lot of my friends and my peers, being at the age of 50 now, I've seen a lot
Hmm.
of people start to deal with health issues that were kind of like, not too friendly, and then some are not here with us anymore. And
Hmm.
so, by me recognizing and acknowledging that, I said, you know what, man, we need to do a challenge out there, and we need to start as a collective and as a community, not just not just a small contingency, but as a community, we could benefit from a healthier lifestyle. For those who watch and follow my platform, y'all know I go to the gym on a regular and often basis. I was there today. A little bit about my story. 5, 6 years ago, I was a 300-pound man. Um, in bad health. Just didn't really have it together the way that I really wanted it to be. And something kicked in my brain, and I said, you know what, I had enough of this. When I realized that I couldn't run, I was
Hmm.
like, I'm still in my 40s at this time. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I can't run. I can't run. It feels like spikes are going through my knees every time I try to take some strong steps. And what did it for me is I was in Atlanta and I was playing a pickup game. I was playing a pickup basketball game, and I was so I had so much pain all around after that. And this used to be an activity that I enjoyed. And when you're doing activities that you normally would enjoy and they're not enjoyable,
Hmm.
that puts it in perspective for you. And that really put it in perspective for me. I was like, oh well, I'm not eating right. I'm not taking care of myself right. I work a job. I'm a producer, so I'm always sitting in a chair. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in a chair a lot. And that does take a toll on you after a while. And so I said, you know what? Enough of that. I joined Planet Fitness and I started going 2 times a day. 2 times a day. And at first, the diet still wasn't great, but it started kickstarting myself back into a level of activity. And that was the most important thing. And that was health also, as well. And so, and as the time progressed, I get into year one, year two, year three. I get into year three, and then I started realizing, hey, you know what? I'm still not eating right. You know what I mean? And so I
Hmm.
started challenging myself periodically, like this challenge that we're doing this month coming up, I started challenging myself, and I said, you know what? This month I'm taking away everything white in my diet. And a lot of
Mm,
people don't know what I mean by that. But everything white in your diet is definitely not good for you. I got rid of white potatoes. And to this day, I still follow the same regimen. I don't eat white potatoes. I do not eat white bread. I do not eat white rice. I do not eat anything dealing with white. And pretty much my milk intake is like this. It's about this much. So you get rid of some of those things, and they actually start to improve your health. And anybody that follows Dr. Sebi or has followed Dr. Sebi's teachings knows that factor is actually true when it comes to us. And I started finding foods or finding out about foods that were considered what we call quote unquote electric. And I started intaking a lot of that stuff. And in the matter of a span of maybe what, 30 days, you know, 30 days, I lost 30. I lost
mm,
30 pounds that fast. You know what I mean? And so, um, hold on one second, guys.
okay.
Um, yeah. So I lost that 30 pounds, and then I realized that it's more to it than just working out. It's actually what we're eating and what we're intaking. And so I started researching more about foods that I could find that tasted good, that still felt like they satisfied me, but wasn't counting against me. And so, this is where I'm coming up with these challenges. This isn't the first one that I've done, put it out there in the atmosphere, but we as a collective, Paji caught on to what I was saying about the no fried food and the no table salt, and he's on board. And I got some other people saying that they're going to do it as well. And we really want to stick with this. And no, it's not going to be easy, especially if your palate is used to, tasting food with salt and having your chicken and, fried fish and all this other fried everything, fried, what is it, fried mushrooms. It doesn't matter what it is. What we're going to do though for 28 days is we're going to get rid of it. And we're going to make a commitment this year as a community, to better health. And so I figured, why not spark it off and start the
Mhm,
challenge? And that's what we're on. So for 28 days, no fried, no table salt.
mhm. And it's much easier to replace all of the whites that he just mentioned. Um, the multi-grain bread is right next to the white bread. Uh, the the brown rice is right next to the white rice. You know what I'm saying? The sweet potatoes are right next to the white potatoes. You
Tell
know
them
what
about the
I'm
sweet potato fries, brother.
saying?
The sweet potato fries. If you've never had sweet potato fries, oh boy, you're missing out on a treat.
Yeah, that for a long time that was, I didn't do fries. I've gone back into the potatoes and occasionally white bread, but I go to Whole Foods, which is kind of expensive, and they have a great selection of multi grains and couscous stuff that's good for you, and it takes meal prep, but like I said, those options are right there within reach of the bad options that you're choosing. And a lot of people don't realize how much harm carbs do, or how much harm noodles, white rice, what happens with this stuff, and I'll break it down for you, because I've had health issues. The white rice, what it will turn into after you eat it, it turns into mucus. The
Mm,
same way that sugar and all of those things turns into mucus. And
mhm.
when sicknesses come into your body, the sickness attaches to the mucus, and it actually it eats off of the mucus and survives within your body, and it grows and grows and grows, and before you know it, then you'll have a tumor. So just
Absolutely.
I'm
It's a key factor and a key contributor to our health. And
hmm
we need to be more aware of it. We need to start finding things of the plant nature, as a nice alternative to white potatoes, and we have it a lot here. Is rustic red potatoes, and
hmm
and that's an alternative that you can try, and that can replace your white potatoes for a while. Also, a key find of mine that I enjoy tremendously are purple potatoes.
yes, yes.
For those who don't know about purple
Mhm.
potatoes, oh man, let me tell you something. These little marvels are something special. When you roast them in the oven and you try them for yourself, just know that JPad told you that purple potatoes are
Mhm.
definitely the way to go, and they are some of the most healthiest potatoes for you to consume. Find a green vegetable that you enjoy, and start to indulge in it. Find a fruit that you like, start to indulge in it. You know what I mean? And find different ways to supply yourself with as Paji is been teaching me, protein. You know what I'm saying? Find different alternatives that you normally would consume, like maybe a steak, or maybe consume what I'm saying, a little bacon, and what I'm saying, or a ham sandwich, and replace that with something that has a protein factor in it, like peanuts.
Mhm. For sure, for sure. If you some people call him Dr. Sebi, some people call him Dr. Sabi, but the whole idea is eating live foods. You know what I'm saying? Our
Electric.
body, electric foods, our body works off of electricity. So
Hmm.
so let's stop cooking the protein out of our greens and eat the greens a little bit crunchy, before they get all soggy, then there's no protein left
That's
in it.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, Paz, that was a key point, man. A lot of people don't know that protein does exist in green food. You know,
Heavy
heavy,
protein.
heavy protein. If you think about it, and I can relate it to the
Yeah,
animal kingdom.
we were just looking
One
at it.
time, I can relate it to the animal kingdom. The gorilla.
Hmm.
The gorilla. You wonder why the gorilla is such a physical specimen.
Hmm.
Wonder why he's because people think that these animals are just savages and this, that, and the third, but they don't realize the core diet of a gorilla is plant based.
Hmm.
They are herbivores. They definitely
Hmm.
like to eat plants. They eat all kinds of plants, and
Hmm.
their diet is full of it. And by them consuming the crunchy, the crunchy greens,
Hmm.
um, you can see what it makes their structure up like. Their structure is stout, it's strong, muscular,
Hmm.
very cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can really, really use protein and building blocks with green plants.
Hmm.
And like Paji said, as long as it's a little crunchy, you can probably put a little heat on it, but
Yeah,
as long as
just
it
just
basically got a crispness to it, you still are getting the nutrient that you need
yeah.
from that plant.
Yeah, all you want to do is just knock a little bit of the stiffness off of it, you know. It
That's
doesn't
it.
take a whole lot of cooking. You can actually uh what's the difference between greens and salad?
Mm,
Not a lot.
not a
Spin
lot.
You eat spinach, you eat spinach in your salad, you eat raw spinach. So it's not a really big difference. But to go further into what Dr. Sebi is pretty much the laws of food. There's three types of food. You have natural food, which is spinach. What we just talking about. Uh,
I eat
all
spinach like it's going out of style.
all of the greens. You know that's a natural food. Now, an unnatural food would be broccoli. And the
Mhm.
reason broccoli is unnatural is because it was derived from some type of combination that man put together out in the field. So it's not natural. That's why they call it unnatural foods. Carrots are unnatural. Corn is unnatural. If you notice, when you eat corn, it goes in and comes out the same way it went in. It does
It
not
literally does.
digest. It does not
You
digest.
do not digest corn. Exactly.
It's unnatural. And give you an example of supernatural foods. That's the third type. Supernatural foods, ramen noodles, um, Twinkies, that type of stuff that you could put on a shelf for years and you can probably eat it because it has so many byproducts in it to really make it last. Not no type of nutrition in it at all. Just
None.
something that'll make it
Zero.
last for decades, and you can pull some ramen noodles out 10 years later
You
and cook
could.
them and eat them.
You
Yeah,
can. You can.
those
Non-perishable.
those are supernatural foods. So
Hmm.
you're very
So
welcome.
we want to get back to the living food.
Yes,
We want to
everything
get
is
to
living.
food that's alive, and
Hmm.
as long as it's living, it's good for your system. You can basically
Hmm.
chart out your own mapping. You know what I mean? And really, really, really put it to a point where it becomes a focal point of your diet, because exercise is important. Don't get me wrong, guys, but the diet going along with it is the big difference. And I didn't start seeing a difference in how I looked until I started to adjust my diet. Now it's okay every now and again to have a cheat day on your diet and this, that, and the third. It's not like you gotta just like a robot just stick strictly to that, because there's things that you can benefit from. But I do believe that if your dominance with living food and your
Hmm.
dominance with foods that benefit your body, because there's a lot of nutrients that people don't even realize that they're lacking on a day-to-day basis. And to be honest with you, how you feel is basically what you're lacking.
Hmm.
Like what you're lacking is your body's telling you, you just don't, you subconsciously do not think about it, or consciously don't think about it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But your body is actually telling you when the aches and the pains are coming around, and um, you're feeling sluggish, you're feeling
Hmm.
tired, you're feeling like out of shape. Those type of things are clear indicators that what you're feeding your body is not good for it. And if it was, then you wouldn't have those problems. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
would have you
basic.
would have a motor, you'd be ready to go, and you'd be able to sustain over considerable periods of time.
Hmm. Yep. So Dr. Sebi, um, he wasn't actually a certified medical doctor,
No, he
but
wasn't.
but he went through, I think he went through a 45-day fast. He was diabetic, he had hypertension, and a few other
Mhm.
things that were wrong with him. He went on a 45-day fast that he got an idea from, I believe it was a Mexican holistic type person. So I don't think he ate anything for 45 days. So I don't, I don't think anybody should try that.
No,
Don't
I
try
think
that.
that's a little severe. That's a little gung ho right there. No, you shouldn't do that. But you definitely need to make sure that your water intake stays up, and make sure that you are putting nutrients in your body that it needs. And you kind of like got to base it off of who you are. Everybody's makeup is different. So what one person needs, another person may need less, and vice versa. You know what I mean? But I think that it's really, really important for us to understand and recognize and realize that adjustments have to be made in our diets, and we have to, at some point in time, start to enjoy the process of living a healthier lifestyle. And part of that is what we're putting inside of us.
So
So this challenge on February is no fried, no table salt, and that's a beginning. And that's a
Yeah.
beginning. And then what you do is you start working your way around it. And I'm not saying that you have to stick with it forever, but you may go through this process and find that,
She said, "Sit up."
hey,
Okay. I've been. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Nah, I got a comment.
oh, you did? Okay.
She said, "Sit
Sit
up."
up,
'Cause
Paji.
I've been leaning the whole time. She tapped it. She
Yeah,
like,
we're in
"Sit
the
up."
comfort zone right here in the LFX
Oh
dimension.
yeah, I'll sit up though. I'm. How's that? We good? We good, Nay? Mhm.
Nice.
You need people to straighten you out at times. Nothing wrong with a little straightening.
Nope.
'Cause- See, you should have tuned in 2 hours ago, Nay. I've been leaning all day.
Yeah, leaning, laying, displaying.
Yeah, she
Yes,
said,
indeed.
"Sit up."
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you know what though? Yeah, we're gonna do this challenge, y'all, and
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be good for everybody. And we encourage the community to get involved with this. We want to be healthier this year, and I think we're gonna make it through the year because, like I said, once again, you may not want to go back to once you start to see results, you may not want to go back to uh, eating the way that you used to because you'll feel so good that you'll start to recognize and actually detest the diet that you used to follow. And
Yeah,
it'll encourage you to want to, live a healthier lifestyle. And I think that if we want longevity, if we want quality of life, we owe it to ourselves.
yeah.
So
It's
that's why we're putting these challenges out here.
yeah. It's definitely a challenge. It's like it's a 28-day challenge. If you want to start tomorrow, you can make it a 30-day challenge.
Yes,
But it's
indeed.
really a life change, you know,
Mhm.
and continuing on past the 30 days, 30 days, everybody knows that is the basic cycle of any habit. 30 days it takes to break any cycle. So once I actually was a devout vegan, and the weight that you said you lost, I did a 7-day water fast,
Mm.
and then I did 5 weeks. It was 5 weeks. I did a 7-day water fast, and then I did a 4 week just salad fast, and I dropped 25 pounds in 5 weeks. And
It's possible. For
and
those of you out there that want to lose weight, those are
that's
great.
it.
Yeah, those
That's
are
it.
great tactics to try. And you
Mhm.
really, you know what else it does? It disciplines your mind. It puts
Mhm.
a newfound discipline inside of you, because if you can overcome those luxuries of life and really get to some solid foundation within yourself,
Mhm.
as we try to say over here, we don't go from the outside in, we go from the inside out. Everything comes from the inside out. So if we can take care of the temple on the inside, it's going to show on the outside.
Absolutely. Are you taking in the challenge with us, Anto?
Oh, we can't hear you, brother.
Okay, yeah. Bro, I'm not gonna be able to do it because that ain't, maybe if I plan for it ahead of time, yeah, but I just, and I did just do like in defense though, I did just order like all my meals for the week through a meal prep thing.
Oh,
So I
nice.
do. So yeah, I do. Like I say, I'm mindful. It's just like I don't want to lie and say I'm gonna do no salt, no fried, because it might be like some shrimp on top of a salad this week or something that's in the packet that I bought. You know what I mean? That
No doubt,
might
no
have some
doubt.
salt or
But
like 'cause
talking
it's
about
it's
meal
like I
prep,
know it's salmon. I know it's like some salmon and some chicken cutlets. Um I gotta prep them, but I don't know how I want to prep them yet. So I don't want to say, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do no salt or nothing because I've
Mhm.
bought meal preps for the week, healthy meal preps though. Uh,
mm,
that I might use some salt, and it might slightly go against what y'all have already kind of planned to go forward with. So I'm just kind of soaking it in. But for the most part, Podgy will tell you I usually follow a line of how I want to gauge what I'm gonna eat for the day as well. I don't eat before 12 typically, and then after that, I usually will start it with a smoothie. Podgy will vouch. Usually, I start my mornings off with a smoothie.
See, those are alternatives right
Mango
there, man.
ginger. Mango ginger is my favorite. I'll go like Smoothie King, get the mango ginger smoothie, have them
Nice.
put the immune support in there, and so things like that. And I like what they have in their immune support. They got like shiitake mushroom and and a whole bunch of vitamins and different stuff that they have ground up in it. So it's a real nice little shot that they throw in there.
Nice.
And on weekends, Podgy tell you, we try to go hoop. This weekend we didn't, but we went Wednesday midweek this week. So try to go get a hoop session in at least once a week, once or
Nothing
twice.
wrong with that at all.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, like I say, I definitely wholeheartedly, let me show y'all the little flyer for the little meal prep spot.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and speaking of finding the right replacements, when we say no fried foods, it's easily to take a chicken breast and put it in the oven and bake it, as opposed to dropping it in some grease. Or if you have some fish, you can bake it or grill it, or just not
roast. You can roast it.
Saturated oil is what we're trying to avoid.
Right. You can roast it. You can.
So this is what I'm trying to. This is what it's a spot called Hello Fresh.
Oh, Hello Fresh. I'm familiar.
Yeah. So I just kind of they had some, they tell you everything that's in it. It's kind of laid out, stuff you can make, all the ingredients that you come with the meal or whatever. Got different options, some cool.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Hey, anything that goes towards the plus and gets you to eating healthier, I think that I'm with that. I'm for that. It was just something that I thought of in my spare time, and I said, you know what? I think we want to encourage people to try to find a way to put better things on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So we can see better results on the outside.
No doubt.
And I'll tell you what happened to me when I went straight vegan. Like, I didn't do no sugar, I didn't do no condiments, because the fructose and sugar and that, I was straight vegan. But when I decided to eat some white rice or anything outside of the meal situation, my nose would start running immediately. It just started coming down. And I can imagine that's what happened to Dr. Sebi when they arrested him. I think he had 30,000 cash on him, which they felt like it was illegal. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing to lock him up and not give him no bond. Like,
right, straight
you
up.
got own money. You're a world famous person who collects like $3,000 at a WAP for your whole system that you're selling. So yeah, they knew that he would not survive that jail trip and not give him a bond. Who knows exactly what happened behind them bars?
Oh man, there's no telling.
But whatever they was feeding him, he probably hadn't ate nothing like that since he was a child.
Probably not.
It's up. It's up. Me and my boy in here looking at. Matter of fact, y'all, come on, bro. Come holler at the camera, man. This is my guy. Remember, I told you I got my guy that I'm working with on the Good Brother Sports Podcast.
Tap in.
On y'all boys, the Rockets game. We're gonna go to some Rockets game, do some streaming, man. That's what we actually was on. We had cut out for a little second. We was talking, believe it or not, literally just talking Rockets sport. Talking about what I spoke on with y'all earlier with Shane Goon.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, we spoke on that. And we're just kind of seeing how we feel we should go forward with the organization going forward. So y'all definitely be on the lookout for the Good Brother Sports
Got a lot of content coming for sure. Stay on that court side.
Yes, sir.
Stay court side.
Yeah, buddy.
All that good action. So y'all be on the lookout, man.
Yes,
lookout. No doubt.
Yeah, we trying to hear this. We trying to hear the sneakers screeching.
That's it.
Yeah.
No
See,
doubt.
we want to hear rims clanging and
Oh,
Yes,
nets
sir.
swishing.
mhm.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
No
Well, look,
doubt.
fellas, it's been real. I'm gonna cut out. I got to get back to being who I am on a daily basis,
No doubt.
Absolutely.
which is a juggernaut. I got to do some juggernaut work, and
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, go ahead and pay these bills. But great talking.
Always, bro.
And you guys make sure that you know stay tuned with the challenge. We're gonna keep you posted on how our progress is going. We hope that you guys keep us posted on how your progress is going, and
Mhm.
always make sure that you're subscribing to our outlets, all of the outlets, and we have a plethora of them.
No
And
doubt.
so, but most importantly, don't like Podgy said earlier. Don't be afraid to participate, comment, drop comments. Build with us, because
Mhm.
we're building great here, and I think that if you guys stay locked in, you're going to be a part of that greatness, and everybody can, take some comfort in knowing that we all played a role in building this thing up to something fantastic.
No doubt. No
All
doubt.
right, fellas. Hey, look, y'all be light, man. Peace and blessings,
Yes,
y'all.
sir. And
Bless.
and there goes the juggernaut custom beat king. I'm about to get on the
So,
computer and do some work myself.
no doubt. We finna chop, parlay, politics.
Yeah, we definitely. And coming up for the audience, Super Bowl Sunday. Uh, the Eagles will be there. I'm pretty sure, right? After the
Already
game,
talk your shit, bro. Talk,
talk heavy. That's what
talk
we
heavy.
do. Talk heavy. That we might our sports. That might be our sports brand.
Yeah, that might
Talk
be the sports
heavy.
brand, huh? Talk heavy
I
sports.
mean, you see.
Just go ahead and push that then. Fuck it. Talk heavy.
But listen, uh, on Super Bowl Sunday, that time slot. That's the most coveted time slot after the game. They throw new TV shows right after the game, so we competing with them. We're
Mm-hmm.
bringing back the long-awaited Rico Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
From last year, we got a great response out of people. We got, started as a book promotion, turned into a network event. We're inviting everybody out who has a business, everybody out who wants to have a business. If you know somebody who has a business
Right, right.
or a business idea, hop on Rico Sundays. This is what we network and we drop in information in the
Yes,
messages in the link. You know,
no
drop your
doubt.
link in and let us know what you on because we definitely about multi streams. So you might put us on something. So come out to Rico Sunday right after the Super Bowl when the Eagles grab one more ring. So all the people that were saying, but you only got one ring. Okay, now two rings, that's still not enough for y'all. And there's so many teams that ain't even been to the playoffs before. But that's a whole nother pod. TOP. Indeed. But we thank y'all for coming out on Facebook. Thank you for
For
tuning
sure.
in YouTube, LFX Media, and LFX Media Live. Podgy Carter signing out, also known as the Mellow One. We got my man Antho out here chasing chickens.
Yo,
Definitely, we gonna be here Super Bowl Sunday, and I guess we gonna pod before the Super Bowl. Talk heavy about the Super Bowl.
for sure, for sure. They're gonna give us that 2 week gap between the Super Bowl and when it actually get here, so we might give them
Yeah,
something in between.
yeah,
Give them a
yeah.
little something in between,
Yeah, we'll drop a line. We'll drop a
mm,
line on them.
and we'll
Definitely.
let y'all know exactly what we got coming. But be on the lookout, baby.
Yeah, well, you caught us on a double pod day. We podded twice today, and
Yes, sir.
it's fun, but it take a little bit out of you. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah, no
saying?
doubt.
It take a little bit out of you, but we're gonna go ahead and sign off. If you didn't know, now you know. Link with LFX Media, link with the Good Brother Podcast, link with Custom Beat King. Tune in to Rastic TV on YouTube, and also they have what's it? The T. They have the T podcast. So yeah, tune in with what we got going on. Streets T podcast. I was trying to get it out. We got so many links and so much going on.
Dive in, man.
Yeah, dive in. We out here. So if you didn't know, now you know. We'll touch base with y'all on the next trip.
Be blessed.
One.